feel, and how do you think you fared in your first game back after such a couple weeks layoff?
Yeah, I'm honestly overall went pretty well. I feel like first half especially just kind of a couple minutes feeling really good moving and then getting a little tired, but that's kind of to be expected. And then I feel like it was nice in the fourth quarter, especially just kind of like settling into the game, and that sort of just takes over. So yeah, it's good to be back and good to be playing, and just be on the floor with everybody. Obviously, I had a ton of time before then even playing, so it's just nice to keep getting reps and playing games.
I guess we haven't talked to you since post game at New Orleans. So what did you injure and how did you injure it? Because it was hard to tell.
Yeah, and it was in the New Orleans game. I rolled my ankle in the first half, which that was honestly not too bad, and that was pretty fine in a couple of days. But I got kind of my shoulder pulled on and stuff, so it was just kind of like a little strain there. So that was kind of more the lingering thing that just took some time to sort of get back and strengthen it for it to calm down. So yeah.
Everything just feels fine now, no worse wear
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Coach was talking before the game about how when Victor posts up, it's kind of more at the elbow and with floor space around him, which is very different than kind of the traditional pick and roll of just walking it up and giving it to a big guy down low with kind of no movement around him. How do you see that as another big man who's maybe defended post ups like your whole career? Do you see that as his teammate as different from the kinds of things that you've seen from other teams?
Well, I feel like there's a couple ways that like teams can kind of best get to it, and I think a lot of it just sort of depends on, how exactly they're guarding and the type of defenders on them, but then also whatever way you can kind of just have it where you can kind of see the floor in front of you. I think is like the best thing. So um, I'm sure we're going to kind of get different looks throughout it and find different ways to, especially be able to get Victor the ball in certain situations. But um, yeah, I feel like in the last several years, been able to play with some post-heavy people, and then also every team kind of gets to it in different ways. There's like kind of the more standard, just like empty side type stuff that teams go to, but then working out of the nail area can be very effective if you kind of can space around it right. And um, it's also just like certain comfort and abilities kind of play to different parts of the floor a little better.
You mentioned playing with some of those teammates. Porzingis in Boston is one who
Yeah.
comes to mind. And do you notice any commonalities between Victor and some of those other really good post players you've shared the court with?
Yeah, I think obviously there's like pretty straightaway things with Porzingis that make a lot of sense, but I think Victor also is a very different player, and he's also in a very different place of like kind of figuring out how he wants to play and how he wants to take advantage of things. So by the time I was able to play with Porzingis early in his career, and then also last 2 years, and you can tell just kind of the reps and the time and like knowing what kind of shots you want to get to and in what situations. And I think that's part of there's kind of the larger part of figuring it out, and also that's just like working with your teammates and how teams are covering you. That just kind of takes experience and takes the reps. But obviously Victor did a great job at kind of bringing it home tonight, and that's also the thing about obviously he can kind of play in space and from the 3-point line on drives as much as he can, rolls as much as he can, post up. So there's a lot to kind of differentiate and for all of us to sort of get on the same page on and figuring out how we want to play.
You haven't played a lot of games with Victor yet, but is there a look he gets or a body language thing where you know this guy's about to try to take this game away?
I don't know if I'm really necessarily as keen to those types of things as of yet, but there's definitely parts of the game where you just feel like his impact. And obviously tonight was one on both sides of the floor. That you just kind of start recognizing it, and when he starts like feeling kind of in a flow, then you're just working to sort of like enable that and have space around it and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously it's still pretty young in the experience of playing with him, so it's been fun to just be able to grow with him. And honestly, our whole team, I feel like that's another part of it is there's been a lot of people kind of coming back and getting into the game and stuff like that with Fox and Jeremy and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of us, like everybody's just sort of figuring out how you want to play, and it's great to be able to get the wins while we can, even when it's there's still places where we recognize that we can do better at.
Thanks, Luke.
Yep.